Hello, I'm here on Church Street, busy Wednesday afternoon. The lady busker behind me seems to be having a break. She's been here since 11:30. 20 past 2 now, so I'll try and get a video in before she starts, but if she starts, she starts. The new arrivals that have culturally changed Kensington, had they, on their arrival there, did they make the area more scouse? Well, of course not. In fact, the complete opposite, right? So ask yourself this: are their offspring going to turn the area back into a scouse area? Well, the answer is no, right? The answer is no, because as I've said, once it's culturally changed, there is no changing it back. It's changed for good. There is no changing it back. Their offspring, in case anyone says, well, they'll be the new Scousers, they're not going to change it back into a Scouse area, because it can't be changed back into a Scouse area. It's changed for good, because the new arrivals that have more or less culturally changed Kensington have brought different ways, beliefs, values, standards with them, incompatible with their Scouse host. So they have changed that once proud working class Scouse community. That's there for all to see. So before anyone starts saying, well, their offspring will be the new Scousers, so they're going to turn it back into a Scouse community, I don't think so. They will continue with the same ways, beliefs, values, standards their parents have passed down to them. Kensington will be changed irreversibly for good. Like Newham and Brent in London, many parts of Birmingham, but more or less all of Leicester, and many other towns and cities across the country. They can't be changed back, ladies and gentlemen. They are changed for good. And ask yourself this: these politicians, Dan Carden, Ian Byrne, Paula Barker, Echo journalist Liam Thorpe, even Ricky Tomlinson, so-called Super Scouser Ricky Tomlinson, for them to know what is going to happen, what is further going to happen to our city, cultural change-wise, and to sit back or even gladly welcome it, there has to be something inherently bad with them, if you ask me. There has to be. Proclaiming to be Scousers, Ian Byrne with his food banks and all that, yet he's allowing the cultural transformation of our glorious city to continue. He knows where it's going, because he's watched it unfold in Wembley, in the Borough of Brent. Every time he's went and watched Liverpool play at Wembley, he's witnessed what's happened to that community, game after game, decades after decades. Of course he has. So he knows what's on the way, yet he's not opposing it. None of the others are opposing it, and that's why I believe there has to be some inherent badness about them. I don't know, you make up your own mind, because like I say, they know, and especially given they all work and live at times in London, they know what's happened. They're right in the heart of it. London has been culturally changed, period. And they know that more than anyone. So for them to fully understand the end result of cultural change, and that it's on its way here, it's already here, sinking its roots, but there's more of it on the way that's going to change our glorious city into a Wembley in Brent, or Borough of Brent, or Newham, or all these other places, right? You have to bear with me, the busker lady started again. I have waited patiently, but I have things to do myself, so I've got to get this video done. And done it will be. See, Joe Owens, let me tell you something. You know, if you knew just how disciplined I am, right, you'd be quite impressed, right? I will wait, I am patient, because the good people of this city are worth it. But like I've said, the new arrivals that have been dispersed in Kensington. We'll just take Kensington as an example. Did they make the area more Scouse? Well, the answer is no. Will their offspring turn it back into a Scouse community? Well, of course they won't. It can't be changed back, right? Once it's gone, it's gone. It can't be changed back into a Scouse community ever. And these reckless politicians, these self-centered careerists, they all know that. They know it can't be changed back, right? They know it's going further and further into the quagmire of cultural change. It's just going to get worse. And like I've said, for them to know that and not utter one word about opposing it tells me there's something inherently bad with them. Or they're just cowardly people putting their own selves first, the career first, and the 90 grand a year or whatever they're on, expenses and all perks and whatever, right? Because to know how our city is going to end up, it's despicable. It's beyond shameful with these people, right? So like I say, the new arrivals who've been dispersed in Kensington, when I say Kensington and Fairfield, I'll just say Kensington to keep it short. The new arrivals, that they bring a Scouse flair with them and make the area even more Scouse. Well, of course they didn't. And you really believe their offspring will be turning Kensington back into a Scouse community? Oh, highly unlikely, right? In fact, impossible. Once Kensington's changed, it's changed for good. Like Wembley in the borough of Brent, that will never be changed back. That's how these people want our city, right? Ian Byrne, Dan Carden, Paula Barker, all the rest of them, all the councillors, Liam Robinson and so, journalist, Liam Thorpe, Ricky Thomas. Ricky Thomas said, I don't really think you've thought this through. I don't believe you're inherently bad, sir. I don't think you're bad at all. But what you're pushing is silly, right? Coach for refugees and a few quid in the pocket, you know, it's nonsense. Of course it's nonsense. You know it's nonsense. How about the people of this city? Overcoach for them, a few quid in the pocket. But all I'm saying, these politicians, I just believe that they're either inherently bad or there's a cowardice and a selfishness beyond what one normally could imagine that they possess, because they don't care. They know what's going to happen. They don't care. They wrap it up with nonsense. Liverpool remains a city open for all those fleeing war and oppression. Yeah, I totally agree, right? But that's not what's happening, right? Whole streets, whole communities are being culturally changed into different areas, right? Places that are unfamiliar, unwelcome, even hostile. Let me just put this to you as well. When the new arrivals first came to, say, Blackburn as an example, 50 plus years ago, why are the people in Blackburn still living parallel lives? Ask yourself that. They arrived there 50 years ago, not 10 years ago, 50 years ago. Why are them communities in Blackburn still living parallel lives? Go on, ask yourself that. After 50 years, they're still living parallel lives. Because there's a cultural clash. That's why. There is a cultural clash that isn't reconcilable, right? And division, mistrust and parallel lives is what life is about in Blackburn and many other towns and cities across the country. Like I've said, look it up, Parallel Lives Blackburn, Google it, right? You don't have to believe me, take my word for it. Why are the people of Blackburn still living parallel lives? If cultural change is such a wonderful thing, why are they still living after 50 plus years, still living parallel lives? Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. These MPs, they're shameless. What they know is going to happen to our city, and the remaining silent, letting it happen is shocking. But the good people of this city have got Joe Owens in their corner. and I'm not going nowhere. I'm here for my people, the people of Liverpool, all my Scouse brothers and sisters, my wonderful Scouse fans. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride, shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you. Hello, I'm still here, church sheet, buskers, she's be having a rest or she's finished, I don't know, so I'll do another video. You see, the reason these politicians are holding on to power is at the moment the public believes there isn't a credible alternative. They're not there due to merit, trust me, right? The people would vote them out tomorrow if they believed there was a credible alternative. And that's why I believe people are still putting faith in these Labour politicians. And also, like I said before, they don't vote Labour because they love Labour, because they hate the Tories. And one can understand that. But I believe times are changing, right? I do believe that that Keir Starmer's Labour Party will fail. There is no doubt in my mind. And the public then will be looking for a credible, viable alternative. And that's when their days are numbered, because trust me, ladies and gentlemen, our city is changing at a very, very fast pace, without a doubt. One can see it just walking in and around the city centre. Like I say, if the city centre is a microcosm of cultural change, then the city is changing faster than even Joe Owens imagined. These politicians don't care. They care about themselves. Kick the ball that far ahead. By the time they catch up with it, they're out of office and it's someone else's problem. Right, that seems to be how it works, how it operates. But let them bask in their, what's the word for it? The power that they have at the moment. Okay, probably not said the way I wanted it to, but let them bask in that at the moment, believing that that is going to stay, that is going to remain. I don't believe it is, because it can't, because our city will change. There is no ifs or buts, and they know it's going to change. Right? They've got the crystal ball because they've watched it themselves, especially Ian Bain, watching Liverpool at Wembley Stadium. He's watched it. He's got the crystal ball. He knows what's on its way here. In fact, it's already here. Let me get out that song. It's already here, sinking its roots deeper and deeper in more and more Scouse communities. Right, Breck Road, Anfield, West Derby Road, Tubru, County Road, Walton, and so on. Kensington is changing more and more. When I go through there each time, it seems like it's changed even further. I feel sorry for the poor people that are still left there. That community is gone. It's been sacrificed on the altar of cultural change. These politicians, Paula Barker, she doesn't care. If they cared, they would be voicing some opposition as to what is happening to Kensington, as well as the whole of Liverpool. Our city is changing. Anyone that says it's not is in denial. Of course it is, right? These politicians, like I've said, they don't care. What sort of will they believe it's going to be, I will never know. And like I've said, the ones that work and live at times in London, they know what London's like. Go and leave the confines of the House of Commons and have a walk around some of these culturally changed areas that you profess to love so much and champion. Well, you'd soon have a rude awakening. And like I said before, why are communities, just take Blackburn as an example, I could say many others, why are they still living parallel lives after 50 years of cultural change? If it's so wonderful, such a great thing, such a great marvel, everyone can't wait to embrace it and jump into it. Why are those communities in Blackburn still living parallel lives? Well, exactly. Let me try and get out of that sun, ladies and gentlemen. Why are those communities still living parallel lives? Because there's a culture clash, right? That, as I've said, can't be reconciled. But these reckless politicians, they can't be that dumb, surely. Right. Well, like I've said, Joe Owens is a patient man, and I'm here for my fellow Scouts brothers and sisters, my wonderful Scouts fam. I'm not going nowhere. And remember, no to cultural change, yes to Scouts pride. Shout it out loud, Scouts and proud. Okay, thank you.